Hello viewers, today we're going to be installing a second Chatham ceiling fan into the studio here. We do need to modify the electrical box first, so we'll do that now. And we'll install the fan. Heat the upstairs with that. And I'll drill a hole in one of these boxes, and the shards are very difficult to get out of the carpet, which is why I'm putting this on here. Ease of cleanup. So what we have to do, and what I screwed up yesterday, is don't knock this out. We got to drill 2 holes in this. Try to make this as centered as possible on here, and then we'll mark it. Okay, so we'll drill out those 2 holes. That's already in the machine, so we're good to go. Okay. It's kind of a dodgy hole to start because we're not drilling at a flat surface. This would have been just impossible with that hand drill. It's even quite difficult with this. Yeah, this definitely went better the first time around. I'm not sure why we're having such a problem now. I can't get the hole to start in the right place. Well, I'm going to move it over and we'll try again. I got this with very little issues yesterday, so I don't know why today it's a problem. Yeah, it keeps moving. That's no good. It's not lined up. I gotta try to extend this hole. I don't know why this is having a problem today. You know, the holes, they don't line up. I could just try and make new ones, I suppose. But no, this is not good. I wonder why that happened. No, let's just try to make new ones then. You know what the problem might have been? Those screws. It wasn't sitting flat on the table here. Yeah, that's what it was. Now I'm getting through just fine. Let's just deburr these holes. Now, which one of these is actually any good? It's these. Those holes are good. So, that hole and that hole are the ones that we will use. Okay. So that's done. And now this. All these shards. We'll just kind of get them off of there. And this will cancel this out. This way I don't end up with a cleanup nightmare here, which is what results when metal shavings get on carpet. So now we have to punch out the middle one. And we'll put one of these on there. now we'll install this thing, and then somebody in the comments box will probably come in and say that it's a code violation, and that's probably correct. There, I'll turn that off now. Turn it back on. Oh, turn it off again. There's a problem. There's a burr in there, which I wanted to take that out so that we don't have a risk of wires getting the cut. The screw head will probably cover that, but I'll see that just got on the carpet. Not good. That's the solder. I can't get that off, and that's, oh man, a whole bunch of it got on the carpet. I don't know where that even came from. Well, that's a problem for later. For now, we gotta do this. We don't have to, we get to. Hex screws are these? Oh, those are from the connector. No, this is certainly not going as nicely as the other one did. It's kind of unusual. Typically the first one is the one that doesn't go well, and then the sequential ones go better. That's not the case here. Not good. Why is this having a problem? Yeah, this is really not going well. Now, in the equipment's defense, It's certainly not made to be used this way. Okay, I got it. It's good and secure now. Just took a bit of finagling to get it there. Good. Okay. Now we're ready to put the fan up. Here's the fan. Very nice fan. Remember, it is vividly from the 2001 Hampton Bay Selection Guide. Now this unfortunately has been tampered with, so I'll have to check everything and make sure that it's not messed up. Here's the mounting bracket, and this one is also seriously screwed up, but you can tell, like, I wonder if this was factory reconditioned or something, because you can see here this is all chewed out. It's not supposed to be like that, and it's chewed out in exactly the same way that the other one was, but then you can see that it looks like it was painted. It was like the part that was chewed out got painted over so it looks new. But if you know these, like I do, and you're familiar with this, you know this is wrong. It's not supposed to be chewed out like that, and this hole should not be bigger than that hole. These holes should be the same size. So, very interesting. And these are kind of taped up the same way, so I wouldn't be surprised if these came from the same household and were screwed up by the same person. But how odd that the same person would screw up both of the brackets but not actually install the fans. Sometimes you have more questions than answers with this stuff. You never know the history of it. Sometimes you do, but sometimes you never know. And this is, I think, set up a little differently here. Here's the yeah, I think it's very obvious that this was repainted and then stuck back in the bag too soon. And this does not have, scratch that thought. Yeah, this was clearly repainted and then it got put in the bag quickly before the paint dried. So either maybe the owner tried to hide this up and return it. I have no idea what went on with this, but these are both tampered with in the same way, probably by the same person. And for whatever reason, this one, there is evidence of of it being painted. Very poorly painted. Hopefully this is not screwed up. The blades are still in the original packaging. This all looks untouched to me. The motors, wires are still connected, so those were never, or they're still tied up, so those I don't think was ever installed. That was almost catastrophic. It's kind of an interesting formation of the styrofoam there. Okay, everything looks fine past the mounting brackets. Very, very strange. I have no idea. So we'll have to use those washers again because the holes are enlarged. Which is fine. We should probably use the washers by default anyways. We'll keep the staple for some psychotic reason. Get the washers out of here. Washers. And these are for if you wanted to lag the unit directly to the building. But we're not doing that. We're connecting it illegally to a box. Okay. That's so strange. You just never know what you're going to run into with this stuff. You just, oh, I forgot we got to cancel out these other things here. Oh, that's very loud. Might break my ears. Cancel that out. And we'll cancel out this side. Man, I hope this doesn't break my ears. Okay, it's about halfway canceled out. Now we just keep flexing this until it breaks. It kind of sounds like a stupid clock adjusting for daylight savings time. Woo! This one is tougher than the other one was. At some point it's got to break. A lot of things are being more difficult in this area than the previous. I was able to cancel these out of the other side without much difficulty. Huh. I might have to cut it or something, I don't know. I can't believe how many flexes this is withstanding. Alright, let's try to cut it. Maybe we can use 10 snips. That seems to work. I wouldn't say that it's working well, but it is working. Okay. Now there's a very sharp and dangerous piece left on the ceiling here. Try to hammer that up against there. This one's halfway broken now. Need to get it all the way broken. There we go. That was the result that I was getting on before. I don't know why that was so difficult over there. But it doesn't matter, that's the way it was, and I can't change it. I wonder if I can use the non-screwed up holes. No, I have to use the screwed up enlarged hole. What a dust in the air now. Not much I can do about it, but I'm just curious as to, is this level or not? No, it's not terribly off. It's not level, but it's not egregious either. I don't think there's much I can do to correct that anyways. I should go wash my hands after that. I think I gotta change the battery in camera number 2 anyways. Yeah, it's only at 14%. This one is also SMC made, and it's from 2000, same date as the other one, so that's another piece of evidence that these two were tampered with by the same person 25 years ago. I don't know why that's like that. I've installed plenty of SMCs over the years, and I just don't recall there being a bonding screw in the back. Because now when this inserts into here, this doesn't go back far enough. I don't know. Very strange. In retrospect, I should have done these leads in 14 gauge wire. These 12 gauge leads are very difficult to work with. And it's certainly not necessary. These do not draw anywhere near as enough current to require 12 gauge. I did that just for uniformity, but if these wires ever break, I will change them out for 14. Okay, all the connections are jammed in there. Let's make sure nothing shorts out. Good. I guess we could leave the lights on at this point. This one's not in perfect condition, but it's very close. The blades are taped together on this one. No! It broke. Not ideal. I try very hard to keep this intact so that it holds the blades firm in storage in hopes that maybe they won't warp. But that broke, so that will not be serving that purpose. That rubber band is busted. There's the staple. Got to make sure we save that for whatever psychotic reason. We'll put it to medium oak. Is it the medium oak or the walnut in the picture? Actually, I think it's the walnut in the picture. Huh. Thanks to the brilliant AccuArm. I hope they got a patent for that because it is fantastic. This goes on so easy. Better put it forward so it doesn't fall. This one is not busted. That opened nicely, just the way I wanted it to. There's some imperfections on this blade, and that's factory because that came right out of the box just now. There's a lot of imperfections on the walnut side of this package. Wow, that's pretty bad. Fortunately, the other side is okay. But this walnut is a very nice finish. I like it a lot. Actually, the walnut's probably a better match to the ceiling. Well, that's fine. We're using a medium oak. Maybe when I put it in the kitchen, we'll switch to the walnut. Okay, it's taking notes from last time. We're going to remember to unscrew all these first. Before we put it up. And remember to take these screws out as well. These look pretty nice with and without the lights. Maybe we'll do both. Okay, I gotta go get some light bulbs. 3 the bulbs. These are dirty. What ails these bulbs? Why the heck are they so dirty? They're like slimy. That's odd. Very strange. I'll have to wash those later. Duh. I expect this to shake uncontrollably like the other one did. Oh, the bearings in this one are pretty bad. And the clock is horrific. That's like an inch or so out. Ironically, it shakes less than the other one though. Huh. That's interesting. There we have the same fight with the lights here. That wasn't too bad. Okay, well there they both are. That looks pretty cool. Now I gotta put the... Shouldn't have turned these off. That's a waste of a startup cycle. I gotta put the packaging away. Keep that for some psychotic reasons. Probably should get a zip to close bag for that. Sold as a set. That's great. Those are a little too small. Okay, that's closed, and the fans are installed.